it's a known fact that moms be a big distraction. They be all in the way, and she really, even if you listen to the video when Ti before Ti grabbed his ass, Tiny Tiny was still in that mode of getting her ass in the way of Ti and King. She was in the middle of that, that's an issue. I want to highlight that. That's an issue in the community. Mothers got to learn how to step the fuck back when it comes to a father and a son. They always in the way, and they don't never help the situation. All they do is make it worse. Because if she would have allowed Ti to put his foot in King's ass when he was about 10, 10 or 11 years old, King wouldn't have the way he was talking in that video. All of that would have been toned down. It would have been a lot of respect. And see, what they don't understand is they don't possess, what I'm saying, the correction as the dad. That's the dad's position to do that. So when King acting like that, and when he was talking crazy, and when kids bucking back at the parents, guess where the pressure falls on the most? It falls on the dad. The mother get a pass. She gets a clear pass on that motherfucking disrespect because she's a woman. T.I. is a grown man. He can't sit up there and let his son keep popping off without doing nothing. That would have looked more weak. He would have looked like a weak ass dad if he ain't do nothing. She gets a pass for that shit. T.I. don't. That's why they need to stay the fuck out the way when it comes to the disciplinary role of a father and his kids. Mothers need to stay the fuck back and get out the way when it comes to that. And the reason why they do that shit is because they think that for whatever reason in their head, they think that the dad is too hard on the boys. The dad is trying to hurt their sons. The dad is too aggressive and all of that. But the whole time, they really fucking their own sons up because they condoning and feeding that ego, that behavior, that spoiled, entitlement, disrespectful ass behavior to the point where it gets ridiculous when they get older because now they can't handle their own kid and that's what be happening with the youth. Then the police got to put a bullet in their ass, all because the mom didn't allow the father to take care of his business early with that child. They always want to be in the way. They always want to stand in the middle. They don't never help the situation. All they do is make it worse when they do that. And it's because they don't have, like I just said, they don't have the same type of disciplinary as the dad do. And they have to understand that. That's why a kid got two parents instead of one. And they need to understand that role. That is not their role. And if you see the video again, you can clearly see how she was trying to pacify King like she always do, and T.I. had to escalate the situation and he had to grab up on his son. You know what I'm saying? I hate to bring it up, but it's kind of like that situation that we was talking about in Brooklyn with the tragedy piece. She was in the way of that him and that man. Her ass should have been in the house, and it cost them. The man lost his life, and the son lost his life for that. Her ass was out there talking business, and it was supposed to be between two grown ass men. She was in the way, is what I'm saying. She was in the middle of a serious situation that turned tragic real quick because she's trying to act like the man and she's a woman. And I'm just saying in certain situations, a woman need to be put in her place. She need to be in her place and stay there. You see what I'm saying? So stuff won't happen. And I feel like that's one of the major problems when it comes to raising and bringing these kids up. I'm not saying that they're not allowed to be mothers. There's some great mothers out here, but you got to know as a mother and a mom, you got to know when to hold them and you got to know when to fold them, sis. And I feel like there's a lot of women out here that don't understand that fucking concept. They think they can be mommy, daddy, universe. You can't do that. Not with these kids. You got to know your role and stay in it. If she would have, I'm going to say it again. If Tiny would have stepped out the way a long time ago and let T.I. tear his little ass up, he wouldn't have been all whiny and crying and moping and begging and I want this, I want that. Please let me have this, mommy, this. All of that would have been gone a long time ago if she would have just let T.I. do his job, and that's be the boy's father. You his mother, that's his father. That's the roles of a parent. Period, point blank, case closed.
Y'all gotta be at least they're understanding, like I know in this particular time, the gender rules have kind of taken a nosedive, and we want to quantify equality with slavery and this and the third, but there are certain things that both genders are strong at. We've allowed our community, we've allowed the outside to restructure what a healthy family infrastructure is supposed to look like. You say it's okay to be single parents, so you promote that. You promote being for the street. You promote ratchetness. You promote independence. I don't need a man. You promote hypergamy. You promote all of this garbage. And in result, mothers don't understand their positions and their significance in the roles that they are given, because you've made it demonized in the Western culture. We've demonized what worked for our grandparents and their parents. We basically just said, this won't work. All of this is evil. Ill. How dare you? How dare you be a feminine woman who allows the man to lead? How dare you tell a woman that she can't be a man? She can't be masculine. She can't work on cars, and she can't beat up guys half and twice her size. How dare you tell a woman that she can't raise a boy to be a legitimate man? How dare you tell a woman that she has to submit to a man? How dare you do that? We're going to shame. Tomato. We're going to cancel you. We're going to get rid of you. We're going to off with his head, stone him. No. You want women to be men and you want men to be women. And when you get that whole ball rolling, because let's be completely honest here. The government does not give two shits about us. The community should give more shits about us, but we're stuck in this loophole of confusion, and we We take certain information that's given to us and we associate it with something negative because that's how they want us to look at it. They want us to look at men as being weak for being strong, and they want us to look at women for being strong for being men, and the shit is backwards and it's crazy and it does not work. We see it every single day all around us. Prove me wrong. Tell me I'm lying or I'm making this up. But the perception of the media will have you to think that this is the way that everything is supposed to work. It's 2023. Get with it or go somewhere else. And if you want to fight against what we're pushing out, then you're the enemy. We have to get rid of you. We have to cancel you before you weasel your way into the minds of those people who are confused, and for whatever reason you convince them that men are supposed to be men, real 9 to 5ers, stoic, not emotional, capable of doing the things that God has imparted them to do. God created us to be a specific way. God made men stronger, taller, made us, designed us specifically to be able to use our body for war, for business, to do hard, laborious jobs, put us out there in the battlefield. God made women to be a certain way as well, to be feminine, to be nurturing, to be caring, to be our soft spot, to take care of us, to be our peace when we come from out here in a world where everyone is spitting us out and shitting on us and depleting us. By the time we come back into the household, we don't have no energy. We're completely drained, and we realize that we have to go back out here and do this again and again and again. So now that, you know, the FDA, NBC, the White House, all of these establishments have successfully monopolized and navigated their way through social media, through your television, through your families, through your lifestyle and your eating habits, what you watch, what you think is entertaining, what you find to be the most resourceful in terms of getting information to educate you. Once they've figured out how to pollute you, you dilute your bloodline. They lied to you, now you're lying to yourself. And then you start to lie to everyone that you come in contact with. And that's the reality of it. Now, whether or not you believe this thing with T.I. and his son is real or not, that's subjective. I don't buy half of what I see on TV. I think a lot of it is bullshit. I think they do this in order to keep you blind and keep you lost, keep you distracted from what's really important. They're fucking us all up. They're fucking us over. They're fucking our children over. They're fucking us over. And they're doing it through the screen. They're doing it through the music. That's why I can't just sit here and say, look, I'm not T.I. is guilty, Tiny is guilty, the people that are around them are guilty, because they're not really telling them the truth. Tell them the fucking truth. Lifestyle is toxic. From being on the road to being behind the four walls in your house. You're not teaching them biblically. You're not living biblically the example that you should be. And it's a domino effect. Once you knock down one piece, the rest will fall. It's just inescapable and unavoidable. Now, before we go further into this, because I had to get that off me. This video that I'm about to play is another example of exactly why this conversation is necessary. I said this initially at the beginning of the live stream. This isn't just about T.I. and King. This is about parents all over the world, single parents, parents that are together in the household. This is about all of us. Because first of all, us as a community sitting back watching them, we pay them to entertain us by watching them, by buying their music. But also, we don't hold them accountable for the impact that they're laying or leaving behind. LL Cool J. People remember him for what? Kool Moe Dee, they remember him for what? Biggie Smalls, they remember him for what? Tupac, they remember him for what? I mean, people you know out here living their life like their future, like they're Tupac, like they're P. Diddy, like they're Jennifer Aniston, or Lord knows who else. I mean, people are out here, children are idolizing. I wish I would have put that video up here. There's children in kindergarten. In kindergarten, these are girls, mind you. These are little girls in kindergarten. They're reciting my booty hole's brown, my coochie hole's pink, Pound Town. They know the lyrics. They know every single word. And someone's in the classroom recording it like it's cute. So yeah, we are the problem just as much as the parents are the problem.